Alright, so as you can see, it's cloudy here in Fresno, California, and it's going to be cloudy during game day. That's just the nature of it. It's going to be cloudy all week, so that's what we expect the game at Wyoming. And before I talk about Wyoming for a bit, I want to just confirm something for y'all. The basketball game against Utah Valley is not going to change. It's going to be at 7 o'clock Fresno time. It's not going to change. They don't have enough time between the volleyball and shifting the courts between volleyball and basketball in time to change it, all right? And Utah Valley is not going to let them play at, I don't know, 11:30 or 11 to try and get people who might want to watch basketball off the football, all right? So if that's what you're after, if you want to do both, you really can't. Unless you're going to can't go to the football game for a reason, then you could stream the basketball game on the Watch on West Feeney and watch the football game on FS1. But yeah, other than that, forget about it, all right? So the Bulldogs are now in a three-game stretch where if they win 3 games, they'll more than likely go to the conference championship game. But the team needs to take the approach one game at a time. I'm sure they are. And they are going to be playing Wyoming this week. Wyoming is a team that the Bulldogs have generally beaten in the Mountain West. They've only lost to them twice. I think they're like 9-5, 9-6, something like that all time against the Cowboys. Wyoming was picked to finish 10th in preseason polls and projection of 5-point wins, and that's generally how they are. They're 5-4, 2-3 conference. They've not beaten anybody particularly good. They lost 31-7 to first 117 to UNLV. Lost 24-7 to San Jose State. So they've not beaten anybody good. All right. On offense, they averaged less than 20 points a game. More 10th in the country. They are like, I don't know. When you're 10th in offense, you're not going to be very good at passing and rushing. Although they are better at rushing than passing per se, I believe. Their quarterback Anderson, he's only thrown for 117 yards, 11 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. This is not a team that passes the ball very much. And that way, they're very similar to Fresno State. The defense is ranked second in the Mountain West. They've been allowing 20.2 yards per game, just averaging out the Bulldogs at third with 20.3 yards a game. They're fourth in allowing passing yards in the conference. They're not filled as they don't do as well against the rushing game. They're like 8th in the conference at 160 yards, and that really is something that plays into the Bulldogs' strengths. The Bulldogs really don't want to pass the ball first, especially the type of weather we're going to get Sunday. So, if Wyoming is not has trouble defending the run, that's exactly what the Bulldogs want. They have no issue with that whatsoever. They're going to be very happy with that if that is their choice. And if we could run the ball all day long against Wyoming, that's what we're going to do. All right? On their special teams, they're 5 for 8. On their field kicker, he's 5 for 5 and 40 yards or shorter. So, again, if we can get him beyond that, 50 yards, we'll be good. They have blocked 3 field goals and a punt by opponents this year. So this is the type of football game that really is, on paper at least, not going to score a lot, especially the type of weather we could have. We're supposed to have a lot of rain this Saturday in Fresno. So it's really going to turn down to a game of, who doesn't make the big mistakes and who can make 1 or 2 big plays. All right? Now, the weather can also affect the punting and special teams as well, so who knows what the crowd will look like when it happens. The crowd could stay away because of the rain and late night start. It could be cold, but whatever. I think that the Boise win hypes up the crowd enough to where it'll be a good crowd. I don't know how many tickets they'll sell, but this is the type of game that Bulldogs should be able to win. Wyoming is not a team that runs the score up on anybody. This is the type of game the Bulldogs like playing. And this year, when they play the tight games where it comes down to 1 or 2 plays, they have won them. All the losses so far for the state this year have been blowouts. They've not been because of one player or 2 there. I don't think there'll be any change at quarterback. As mentioned before, and so did Coach Hill on the radio, that when you make a move like the move that Bulldogs have made, it's really too late to go back. So I think we'll see Conklin in for each of these next 3 games. I mean, look. We know what we're going to get in Warner. All right? Teams are not going to be favored this passing game, and Warner turns the ball over far too much. So far, Conklin has been let down far more by his wide receivers than anything else. Right? I know people are going to talk about his, I don't know how many first rounds have been dropped so far. I would say at least 4 in his 2 starts. So that hasn't helped the passing game at all. So if they could start catching the ball, I think the passing game will get better for Coughlin. Right? And he doesn't turn the ball over as much as Warner. They did what they needed him to do last game, managed the game. That's what they're going to need against him against Wyoming. Just manage the game. Don't do anything stupid. Be willing to throw the ball away if nothing is there. I mean, look, this is going to be a game where teams are going to run the ball. Right? This should be a fast-moving football game. Both teams want to run the football. We know what Wyoming's going to do. They haven't changed at all since they've been in Mountain West. Probably because they have to, because of the type of talent they have. But we know what type of game this is going to be. This is probably going to be like a 2017 type game, 24-17 type game or so. I don't see any scenario where Wyoming can blow Fresno State out. But let's say the Bulldogs are up 20-3 like they were against Nevada a little while back. I think that would probably do it just because of how late in the season it is. But we'll see what happens. I mean, this is going to be a messy game. A lot of turnovers probably just because of the conditions. The field won't be any problem, though. This isn't because they got field turf. I mean, it's not like the old Pat Hill days that they had the field turned into a swamp and weather like this. So, conditions should be fine. I've heard that tailgating is still going to be like normal, which, you know, you just bring a tent if you have to. But yeah, we'll see what happens. They have a fun giveaway as well. They got like a timeout doll banging Indian drums. So I'll show you that. I should be able to get one of those in my instant recap or one of the recaps. But yeah, I expect a Bulldog victory. The next week is Utah State, and San Jose State will be tougher. But this is the one out of the 3 they should get. All right? They don't get it, forget it. You know, you have to win all 3 of them. They had a bye week, but so did Wyoming the week before. But even still, I don't think teams are really going to change much of what they do this time of the year. At least Wyoming won't. Who knows with Fresno State? But we'll find out tonight. We'll find out when the game kicks off. It's at 7:30 Fresno time Saturday. Till then, go Dogs.